How to save money these days. Everything is expensive. Because of tariffs, because of inflation, because of the general craziness that's going on in the world right now, everything is expensive. It seems like just a few years ago, $300 was a lot of money. These days, $300 is not a lot of money. So if you're sitting there thinking, I want to save some money, here are some tips for you. And I got all these tips from a personal finance website. So let's go ahead and check them out. No one. Track your spending. We've all heard this one before. I know it sounds like such simple advice. If you don't know where your money is going, how can you expect to save any? You have to track your spending first. Then you can figure out what you're re-spending your money on and then cut back on that stuff. But tracking your spending doesn't have to be complicated. You can do it with a spreadsheet or an app. But if you want something easy, we've all heard of Mint.com. This allows you to connect all your accounts to one place and see exactly where your money is going. Number 2, cut back on unnecessary expenses. This might seem obvious, but sometimes we can forget that we're paying for things that we don't really need. For example, maybe you have a subscription to a streaming service that you never use. Maybe you're paying for gym membership that you never go to. Maybe you're buying coffee every day when you could just make it at home. All of these are unnecessary expenses that you can cut back on in order to save money. Do you have any subscriptions that you don't use? I know I do. There's a couple that I've actually cancelled recently. I used to pay for music and I realized I wasn't using it. So I cancelled it. And then I also had another subscription that I completely forgot about. I was paying for 2 years and I didn't even realize it. I actually called customer service. I said, hey, I don't know why I'm being charged for this. Can you cancel it? And they were like, sure. And then I asked them, can I get a refund for the past 2 years that I've been charged? They said, we'll look into it. And then, about a week later, I got a refund check for over $100. So I was very happy about that. But think about the things that you're paying for. Do you really need them? Can you cut back on anything? No. 3. Create a budget and stick to it. A budget is important because it helps you track your income and expenses so you know where your money is going. And it also helps you identify areas where you can cut back. When you're creating your budget, be sure to include all of your expenses, both fixed and variable. Fixed expenses are things like your mortgage or rent, car payments, and insurance. Variable expenses are things like groceries, gas, and entertainment. Once you've created your budget, stick to it. This can be tough, especially when there's so many tempting expenses out there. But it's important to stay focused on your savings goals. There are a lot of apps that you can use to help you budget, like EveryDollar YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget. There's Personal Capital, which is what my wife and I use. We like it a lot. No. 4. Consider moving to a cheaper place. If you're renting, consider moving to a cheaper place. This might mean downsizing to a smaller apartment or moving to a less expensive part of town. You might even consider moving to a different city altogether. When choosing a place to live, be sure to factor in all of your expenses, including things like transportation costs and childcare. You might be surprised at how much you can save by making a few simple changes. No. 5. Buy used. Buying used is a great way to save money on everything from furniture to cars. When you buy used, you're giving an item a second life, which is better for the environment. Plus, you'll often find that used items are in good condition and work just as well as new items. Just be sure to do your research before you buy used. Make sure you know what to look for in terms of quality and safety. Also, be sure to negotiate the price. You never know, you might be able to get a great deal. And no. 6. Learn to DIY. One of the best ways to save money is to learn to do things yourself. This might mean fixing your own car or doing your own home repairs. If you're handy, you can save a lot of money by doing things yourself. But if you're not handy, maybe take a class or watch some YouTube videos to learn some basic do-it-yourself skills. So there you have it, 6 tips on how to save money these days. Hopefully, these tips will help you save some money so you can reach your financial goals. Thanks for watching.